Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Ahmed, and today we're going to talk about how to make language learning a habit. So you might ask, why is it important to make language learning a habit in the first place? And I want to talk about two reasons. Everyone has a limited amount of motivation every day. And we should really save that motivation for doing difficult things in our life. So if we develop a habit with the most important things like exercise, spending time with family, working, or language learning, that means that we don't have to put so much effort into doing our language learning. It becomes a natural part of our day, and we don't even think about it when we start doing it. Another important reason we should make language learning a habit is for consistency. If you know anything about mastering a skill or becoming good at anything, you know that consistency is key. Consistency is something that you must have in order to get good at anything. It's not good if you spend one day 5 hours studying and every other day of the week you don't study at all. It's better if every day you do 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes rather than nothing and one day 5 hours. And so if you make language learning a habit, it becomes easier to stay consistent in your language learning. It becomes a part of your daily life. You don't have to think twice about if you're giving your language learning enough time. So I'm going to give you 5 different tips that will help you make your language learning a habit. All right, so our first tip for making language learning a habit is find the dead spots in your schedule. Everybody has a typical schedule that they follow from day to day. Most people know when they go to school, when they go to work, when they have free time, and when they don't. And everyone really likes to say, I don't have any time in my day to do this. I really can't. There's no way I can fit this in my schedule. But the truth of the matter is, if you really care about something, or if you really want to achieve something, you will make time for that thing. And if you're watching this video, then learning English or any other language is really important to you. So I want you to take out your schedule and I want you to list what you have in your day. And I want you to find a chunk of time where you know that you can study and that you can learn and do something with that time to learn English. Let's look at an example schedule so we can talk about how you might find some free time. So this is just a sample schedule. It's not the schedule that I follow, but say most people follow this schedule. They wake up around 6 a.m. and they have about 2 hours to get ready, have breakfast, maybe go to the gym before they go to work at 8. In the morning, it's a perfect time to study anything, especially language. Usually you can take 15, 20 minutes in the morning to listen to something you're interested in, a podcast, a YouTube video, maybe even open a book and read from the book. Anything that you want to do, in the morning is a great time to do it. So maybe between waking up and going to work or school, you could fit in something there, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe, while you're eating, maybe before or after. Then maybe you'll have a lunch break in between work or school. You can use that time as well while you're eating or after you finish eating to spend time studying your language. You can do whatever activity you like to do. If you're at school, maybe you'll listen to some audio, maybe you'll read from a book. You can do anything that you like to do. In this section, we're just talking about how to use your time. Then between work and getting home, there's usually some time in the car, maybe on a bus, maybe you're walking, and you can really use this time, whether it be 5-10 minutes or half an hour to an hour, you can use that time to your advantage to learn language. Whenever I was walking to and from work, I would always put my earphones in and listen to a podcast. Even though it was only about a 10-minute walk at the most, I listened to many hours of audio just by utilizing that time during my walk. Of course, we all have family, we have friends, and we want to spend time with them. So I've put here maybe from 6 to 9, That's a good 3 hours of spending time with your family, friends, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you do to relax. This time you don't need to spend doing your language. Maybe if you're with someone who speaks the language and you want to watch a movie together, watch a TV show together, then you can do that. But if your family isn't, or your family or friends aren't studying that language, then don't put that pressure on them. But definitely you'll have time between that and between going to bed. Maybe you'll have to cut the time with your family short. Maybe you'll need to cut more time, go to bed later. Then usually after that, you can do something relaxing. In the evening, I find that it's kind of difficult to really focus on something complicated, to really focus very well. So I'd use that time to watch a TV show, watch a movie, really relax and let the language come to you. Nothing too active. And then go to sleep and then wake up in the morning. But as you can see, in a typical day, there's plenty of open spots, maybe 5-10 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, where you can really fit in some time to study your language. So that means you really need to take a solid look at your schedule and see when you can really spend time and really commit. Say every day, 15 minutes after I wake up, I'm going to start listening to an English podcast. Or maybe right after I get home from work or school, I'm going to sit down and watch a YouTube video about maybe something I'm very interested in. So make sure you take the schedule, find the holes, and put something in there that you enjoy doing. All right, let's move on to the next tip. Number 2 is think about your goals. Why are you learning this language? Are you learning it for family, for work? Are you learning language in order to be more well-read? Do you want to speak with more people, or do you just need it to write emails for your job? Depending on what your goals are with the language, you'll need to change the way you study in order to best be ready for what you want to achieve. When you know your goals, it's easier to figure out what you need to do in order to achieve them. Make sure your goals are not crazy goals, but goals that you can track, that you can make sure that you're getting closer to, like watch a whole TV show and understand 90%, or have a conversation with a native speaker. These are goals that you can test, that you can make sure you're getting closer to achieving. Number 3 is prioritize. This one really ties in with your goals. If your goal is to speak better, then you need to prioritize speaking. You need to make sure that you spend most of your time studying speaking if that's what you really want to do better. I think most of us know that the more we listen and read in a language, the stronger our language ability becomes. We learn more vocabulary, we learn more grammar, we learn more structure of the language when we listen to and read it. So of course, everyone needs to take time out of their day to make sure they're reading and listening to the language. But if your goals are more in maybe writing or speaking, you definitely need to spend time getting comfortable doing those things as well. Tip number 4 is make it easy. Make sure when you're making a habit to make it as easy as possible. Now, I mean that in a couple of ways. The first way is make sure that whatever you want to do, it's easy to start doing. Make sure it's easy to get to the material that you want to use to study. Maybe you listen to a YouTube video. Maybe you want to listen to a podcast. Make sure that you have those available and ready at any time. So whenever you have some free time, you can just jump in and start doing those things. If you're reading a book, you can put it on your bedside table, maybe not in a drawer hidden. Make sure that you can see it at all times so that it's easier for you to not forget to do your habit. The other thing I mean by make it easy is make sure that you don't put too much pressure on yourself to spend too much time doing that task. For example, when you first start a habit, you want to make it a really short habit. For example, maybe you watch a 5-minute video or a 10-minute video. Once you feel like it's really become a habit in your life, then you can start extending it 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour. But when you're first developing a habit, you have to make sure that it's easy, that it's a short amount of time, and that you don't feel tired while you're doing it or after you're doing it. Because if we feel like we're stressing ourselves or putting too much pressure on ourselves, we'll be less likely to continue that act as a habit. You can also give yourself consequences. So you can tell someone, if I don't read today, or if I don't watch a YouTube video in English today, then I'll give you $5 or whatever currency you use in your country. This can be a friend or a family member or somebody we trust to make sure that we keep our habits going. If we feel like we'll lose something by not sticking to our habits every day, we're more likely to stick to that habit. We may give ourselves an excuse and say, oh, one day is nothing. But when you feel the loss of money or something like that as an immediate result of not doing the habit, then you'll more likely continue doing that habit. Number 5 is make it fun. And this is one of probably the most important tips that I can give you. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, you're not going to continue doing it. Whenever we're doing something outside of work, we don't want to stress too much and we don't want to tire ourselves out. So whatever you do with language learning should be fun. I'm not saying that you can't challenge yourself every now and then, that, doing some boring stuff is not helpful. But the majority of your daily language habit should be something you enjoy. Maybe it's listening to a podcast about something you're interested in. Maybe it's watching a YouTube video or watching a YouTube channel about something that is happening in the world. Whatever interests you, whatever makes you happy. Maybe you like audiobooks, maybe you like physical books, maybe you even like to just talk with people on Twitter. And so the most important thing is to make it fun, make it something you enjoy doing. Use language as a tool to learn more about things you enjoy, things that you love. My last tip is join a community. As humans, we're social creatures. And that means that we love to have people around us doing the same things we're doing. We love to feel like we're part of a community. And a huge part in creating a habit is having people there to support us, having people there that give us a little bit of motivation to keep our habits going and even make our habits fun. If you have someone to go with you to the gym, then you're more likely to go to the gym. If someone in your house is doing a diet with you, then you're more likely to follow the diet. These are things that we know about ourselves as humans. So I recommend you join a community. There are many ways you can join a community. You can use Facebook, Instagram, many different social media platforms, or you can even find someone in your area who's learning English, maybe a friend or a family member that you speak to often every day. If you'd like to be a part of our community with Ela, I have a Twitter account that I'll put up on the screen and link in the description box below. You can interact with me and our language learning community, where I spend lots of time in my day speaking with people learning English so that they have a chance to practice their English and talk about their life and their experiences. All right, I hope that was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, hit like, leave a comment about what you think the best tip of these 5 tips are. Let me know if I missed a tip on how to make language learning a good habit. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I hope to see you guys around soon, and I hope to see you on Twitter. All right, take care, guys. Bye.